Whoa, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep.
Hi. I don't want to.
Okay. Go.
No, I want to. My name's Ivonna. This is Mommy behind. So we're gonna do a video of me and Mommy actually. And yeah, that's it.
Hello you guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today's video, Ivonna wanted to do the intro, which is why she had that little clip in the beginning. This video is going to be talking all about my Christmas traditions that I remember growing up versus the Christmas traditions that I have right now with my own family. So before I get started, this video is also in collaboration with my cousin Nancy here again. If you haven't checked out the last collab we did, it'll be linked up here. It might be on this side. I forgot. I think it's on this side. And in that collab, we did our Christmas letters to Santa. My cousin Nancy is a mom to two little girls. She has Valeria and she has baby Violet. She is a wife to her high school sweetheart, Chris. She is a cosmetologist, hairstyler, hairdresser. She is the only person that I will trust with my hair. Oh, that scared me. She is the only person that I will trust with my hair and with my eyebrows to get them waxed. And if you guys have not checked out her channel, go check her out. I will link her down in the description box below. But the reason why I wanted to do this collab with my cousin is because we're related through our moms. So my mom and her mom are actually sisters, and we live literally, like, I don't know, I think her parents live 4 blocks away. She probably lives like 4 to 5 blocks away from me. So I just really think it would be really cool to hear what my cousin Nancy remembers growing up and all of those Christmas traditions versus how she's doing Christmas and traditions now. So if you guys want to hear some of my Christmas traditions, young versus now, then let's try to get into it. So my tia, which is Tia Yola, which is Nancy's mom, she always has like this Christmas party, and if it's not at her house, then we normally have like Thanksgiving at her house, or we go to someone else's house. Like this year, because of everything going on in the world, because it's just such crazy times, we aren't going to be getting together everyone as one, which is understandable. It's kind of what a lot of people probably already guessed. So normally my tia, she will have a Christmas party at her house. She has like this really long, gorgeous table there. My tia is the one that makes the tamales, and her tamales are seriously the best. So that's one of the traditions that I look forward to every single year ever since I was a child, is going to my tia's house and getting her tamales and eating her tamales. As well as tamales, my parents and like my family, I should say, they like to make pozole. Pozole is really, really good as well. I am not entirely sure if they make menudo. I feel like some might make menudo. But then there's like a bunch of other stuff. There's ponche, it's a lot of the best Christmas food ever. I am trying to keep that tradition still alive with Ivonna by going to these Christmas parties, and kind of, it's so crazy because I'm taking my child to my family's Christmas parties that I would go to as a child, and like just reliving these memories with her, just the entire family getting together, and it's nice. It's really, really nice. Again, this year is going to be a lot different because of said pandemic that we're not talking about, but I'm hoping that next year we can all get together again and all be one again, and maybe next year we can have like dual vlogs between my cousin and I or something, and you know, actually get to see both perspectives of things. That would be so cool. There was this one year that Santa actually came and visited us, and I remember we all like laid down on the floor. It was myself, my cousin Nancy, our cousin Ramon, who else was it? There was quite a few others. And then Santa came and handed us our presents, and then he left. And yeah, I remember that very vividly. That would be something that I would try to do with my children as well, you know, if we have more than one. or even just my sister and Ivonna, but I can't get Santa to come to our house. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they managed to get him away from the North Pole for a little bit, but I couldn't do that. I can't do that actually. I have no connections with Santa. That brought me so much joy. It's one of those things that really kind of like, it made Christmas come to life, if that makes any sense at all. It felt good. It felt really good. Another Christmas tradition that I can kind of really fully remember growing up as a child was that so our high school and the elementary school in our town, not the one that Ivonna goes to school, but the one that's local here in our town, we have a giant hill in the back right behind like the baseball field. I don't fully remember, but it's also the playground area for the elementary school, and then there's a walking trail that goes into the woods, but the hill is huge. It's like a very, very giant hill. It is so much fun, but there's a lot of snow outside. I do remember that my mom and a couple of my cousins and aunts and uncles, we would all go sledding down that hill every now and then. It always happened a couple times before Christmas and a couple times after Christmas. Myself and Jacob have not done that yet though. We haven't done that with Ivonna. Actually, I believe we tried to do that one year when she was still fairly little. Or maybe we did it with Nicole when Nicole was little. Since Opa did buy his property, which is where we went hunting and where we saw the bear in the woods, there is a super, super steep hill. I'm sure you guys have heard us talking about it in the videos, but this hill is so steep. We actually went there last weekend. Ivonna brought her little sleigh and she went down the hill. There's not enough snow outside though, believe it or not actually. And it is like December 20th and we have no snow, which is very concerning. That is pretty concerning because normally, I mean, granted, I don't think we got snow until around this time last year. Okay, so as for Christmas traditions, Christmas memories that I had with my mom and I do remember growing up every single year. It was probably about a week or two before Christmas, my mom would get out the Christmas tree, and we actually never really had that many Christmassy decorations. We would decorate the outside of the house like with Christmas lights and stuff that my husband won't let me do right now because he is a Grinch. But growing up, I do remember always putting up the Christmas tree with my mom, helping her assemble it. We've only ever had fake trees, but I always would help my mom put the tree together, spread up the branches, kind of put the ornaments on it, help her string the lights. She has this thing, I don't know what you guys call it, but it's like a ribbon that comes down the sides of the trees. She would always make these giant bows to put on our tree, and I've always been short, so I've never put the Christmas tree topper on. That was always my mom. But one thing that we've done with my family with the Christmas tree thing is we all do put up the Christmas tree together. Jacob has helped me the past few years. I believe there was like one year that he didn't put it up with me, and that was probably my fault because I was probably mad that he didn't want to put it up early. So when we had Ivonna, like her very first Christmas ever, she would have been September, October, November, she would have been almost 4 months old. She would have turned 4 months old on January 3rd, 2017. Jacob had her in one hand, and then he had her little hand on our Christmas tree topper, and a little 4-month-old baby put our tree topper on, and she's done that every single year since. So that is one of the traditions that we really make sure is a staple, that Ivonna will always put the Christmas tree topper on our tree. I don't know how that's gonna work whenever we do have more children. I don't know if it's gonna like be a every other year type of thing. Since we never really decorated our house, like me and my mom, we never decorated our house. Growing up, we had a couple decorations here and there, but it was nothing like what I have now. Like right now, I've always wanted to make sure that when I got bigger, when I grew up, had my own home and all that, that I would really make sure to decorate for every season, just because I didn't see that growing up, and I'm not complaining about it or anything. It would have been nice to see that, you know. My mom, she was never really big into the seasonal decorations and stuff like that, and I always have been. So every year, Ivonna will help me pick out decorations to decorate the house with, whether that's getting a couple new little things. Like this year, she picked out these little like tin Santa rocking thingies at Dollar Tree or Dollar General for like $1. She's helped me put the stockings up, and letting her pick out at least 3 to 4 things that she would like to see in the house has been kind of like one of our newer traditions that we've done. Another quick little Christmas tradition when I was younger would be I would always make my Christmas list. I would always make it alone though, or like within the company of my mom. She would always be sitting on the couch watching TV or in the kitchen cooking, and I would always be at the table, whatever table that we had, and I would write out my Christmas list, and then I would put it in my tree. And I have been sticking to that tradition with my sister ever since my sister was little. I started it with her. I would always sit with her and have her write her Christmas list. And Ivonna got old enough to really fully get into it. She wasn't really into it last year, but she did have a list. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right up there. This is kind of one of the better memories I have of a certain person growing up. Would be that my biological father would he would help me leave the reindeer some reindeer food. Whenever, you know, Santa would come, he would always help me leave reindeer food outside in the snow on a table or whatever. That's kind of one of the better memories I have of him, and that actually has stuck with me growing up, just because that is such a good idea to leave the reindeer a couple snacks, some lettuce, some carrots. I try to make sure that everything that we do Christmassy wise, we include my sister, just because she is a giant part of my life. I guess before I forget, the very, very last Christmas tradition that I remember that I've actually started when Ivonna was born, just because I wanted to keep these as little keepsakes, is salt dough ornaments. We have made salt dough ornaments ever since Ivonna was, well, we didn't do it her first Christmas, but we did her first real Christmas, which would be her second Christmas when she was 1. My mom was a single mom for a few years actually. She did her best as she could, and her best was enough. She's done amazing raising me on her own and trying to provide for me on her own. A lot of the times we honestly just kind of relaxed whenever my mom would come home from work, just because she would work like 5 in the morning until 5, 6 at night, and she was always tired, and I did have school, so it's not like we could stay up so late. I want to really make sure that they are happy and healthy and making memories and having fun and really feeling that Christmas magic that I remember growing up feeling. And now looking at it, being a parent, it's like I understand the true meaning of Christmas magic. I really, really do. So that is going to be the end of today's Christmas tradition, then versus now, including memory video. You guys are going to be watching this on Vlogmas Day 23, which means that there's only 1 day until Christmas Eve and then 2 days until Christmas. That is so crazy. Don't forget to check out my cousin Nancy's video. I will link her channel in the description box. It's going to be so cool to kind of hear what she remembers, and if we remember stuff kind of similar or not. I don't know if we will. We do have different lives and different families and different family traditions and stuff like that, but I'm still excited to listen to her video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Spend my time running around, keeping people pleased, but this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance.